Good morning, Elasmere boys. Today we will do another method program, non-static method program, which was present in a year question of ICSE. Let's look at the program, what is mentioned over here. It is saying that the class name is showroom. So as we know already that no matter what is present, I have to write the exact class name as it is mentioned over here with showroom with capital S and capital R. I have to write exactly as it is present. Then the instance variable or the data members, which are private ingredients, as string name to store the name of the customer, long mobile number, so MOBNO. We have to keep the exact variable name same to store the mobile number of the customer, double cost to accept the cost of the item purchased in double dis to store the discount amount, double amount to store the amount to be purchased after discount. Member method. In the member method, we are going to start using constructor. See the constructor, as I said, constructor is a method having the same name as the class name. The work of default constructor is to initialize the data member to a default value. It is a default constructor. How we will understand? We will understand because inside of this bracket there is nothing. It is blank. So that is why it is known as default constructor. And before constructor there is nothing. We just write only the keyword public. We write only the keyword public. We don't write anything else. We do not write void. Void is not going to be present over there. Apart from this, there are several other methods like void input and also void calculate to calculate as per the chart that has been given. At the end, we have void display to display the customer name, mobile number, amount to be paid after discount, and also write the main method to create an object. We already started creating the object in our last program. Now also we can do that. Okay, so we will write the main method, create the object and call the above methods like the last program we did. So let's start with the program. Let's see how we can do the work of it. So we am going to open. Last day we did the railway ticket program. Today we will going to do the showroom program. So showroom program, exact the same class name. I will open it, clear everything. We'll write import java.util.star, again with the class name same as mentioned, showroom. Okay, now the private variables that are present. Let's look at the private variables. I have name as only string, long as mobile number. Okay, so let me keep it this. First I have private string name, then I have private long mobile number, exact the same. Now private double, inside double I have AMT, I have discount, and let's see what else I have. Cost, dis and amount. Okay, you can see it has cost, dis and amount. Okay, so let's go back. I will have cost, dis and amount. Finished. Now I'm going to write the first method which is a constructor. So how to write constructor? I say with the public showroom class name. It is a default constructor. Inside the default constructor, we initialize default values, which is a prime value can be. So as I don't know my name, any string variable initialized with double quote star double quote n, which is a blank. Next, mobile number, any integer value will be, or long value will be initialized as 0. Any cost or double based value, even cost, days, amount, all of them will be declared as 0.0. These are the prime values, okay? Primary values that I am assuming before calculating anything. It's not necessary that we have to give 0 values only, but whatever the values we are giving, that will depend. If user forgets to give any value at the time of running the program, the work will be depending on this default constructor values, okay? So for that reason, what we generally keep it minimum with the values and try to initialize with these values of 0.0, okay? I can, if I write name equal to Rahul, mobile number equal to 999, cost is 10.0, this is something, then on the basis of this, if the user also does not give any value, it will be calculated on the basis of this. We will do that in a trial method to show you how default constructor work. Now let's move on to the next method, which is public void input to accept the customer name, mobile number and cost. So to do that, I will first write public void input, and I will have to write the scanner class inside it, as I'm going to accept the value from the user over here, and I'm going to write system.out.println. First enter the name. So name will be added in sc dot next line with a small I. Next, I'm going to accept the mobile number. So enter the mobile number. Mobile number will going to be accepted in the variable mobno with the sc dot next int. Next, I'm going to accept the cost. So it will going to be enter the cost will be accepted in cost. I think the mobile number is in long, so I have to make it long, sc dot next long, and it is going to be sc dot next int. Once I finished it, I'm going to start with public void public void. Let's look what is the method mentioned over here. Public void calculate, to calculate the discount over here. So do the calculate the discount over here. I'm going to write public void calculate. So let's go back. After input, my method name is going to be calculate. So public void calculate. Inside that public void calculate, what are the work I have to do? Let's see in the question back again and clear it out. We have a criteria. On basis of that, we will do the discount. We will do the discount work on the basis of the cost that has been purchased. Less than 10,000, 10,000 at between 20,000, 20,000 to 35,000, at more than 35,000. Okay. So let's start with the first. If cost is less than 10,000, then my discount was 5%. So you can write 5 divided by 100 or directly can make it to 0.05. It's up to you. So I'm just giving it 5 point divided by 100.0 specifically. So to make it in double format, else if pointing if it is cost is more than 10,000 and see the question in between 20,000. So cost is lesser than equal to 20,000. My discount is going to be 10. Okay. So this is 10 divided by again 100.0. Else if cost is greater than 20,000 and then cost is less than equal to 35,000, the discount is going to be 15%. So 15 by 100.0 to make it fractional properly. Else, now here I can give else because it can give me any amount more than 35,000. I don't need to specify any amount over here. So for that my discount is going to be 20%. So I will write 20 divided by 100.0. Okay. Now we have to calculate the actual amount after the discount. So that is going to be calculated inside the present variable, which is amount. Okay. So I'm going to write over here my actual now payable amount is going to be whatever the cost I have, okay, into whatever the cost I have, that will going to be not the discounted price. So for discounted price, the formula is what is the cost actual previously minus the discounted amount. Okay, that amount now I have to pay. I don't need to do by 100 over here because that is already I have done over here. Okay, so till this part it is finished. Now let's see. Void display to display the customer name, mobile number, amount to be paid after the discount. So public void display, and by opening the display we are going to write same as in the header format, system.out.println. I have the name of the customer, so you can write name of the customer with a /t. Then after that what we have to show mobile number, amount to be paid. So I can write mobile number again /t and amount to be paid and close it off. Now same way I'm just going to print the variables. Name is present inside the variable name plus concatenating the /t with it. Again mobile number is present in the mob no variable with the plus with the /t in it, plus amount to be present. Amount is present, the final amount in the amount variable, not in the discount. They have not asked us to print the discount. So just close it up over here. Now write the last part, which is the public static void main. I am not accepting anything from the user, so just the public static void main and creation of the object. Okay, same, what is my syntax for creation? As I know, class name, object name equal to new class name and function sign. So here my class name is showroom ob as object refers sometimes through the keyword, not keyword, sorry, through the alias name of ob. So I can give anything. I can give x, I can give a, I can give anything. Here I'm using ob to resonate both the names together. The showroom, ob equal to new showroom. Now when I call the methods, I called it with ob dot. So you will say I have a prime method over here, which is a default constructor. This is also a method, but we don't call specifically writing it as in the form of ob dot showroom. We don't write it. This is wrong. This is completely wrong. Not right. Wrong. This is wrong. Okay. So this is wrong. Why? Because whenever we declare an object, at that time only the default constructor get called. Okay. So while creating the object of the class, constructor is automatically invoked. Okay, while creating the object. So as there is no value passed over here, so it means calling the default constructor. Okay, if supposedly I would have passed any values over here, then that will point out that I, instead of calling the default constructor, I would have called parameterized constructor. I have not done any program of parameterized constructor yet. We will do that in the next videos. So this is the default constructor called. So once my default constructor is called, I need to call the rest of the methods. So first I have ob dot input. Next I have ob dot calculate. And third I have ob dot display. Okay. Now let's see what are the errors I can get. Here there will be a space between else and if. No further syntax error. So just close it and run the program with the void main. First I have to give the name. So I'm giving the name as suppose Sachin. Mobile number. I'm giving random mobile numbers. Okay, enter the cost. So cost I have giving in between 10,000 to 20,000. So let's giving 15,000. Okay. So because of the slash t, it is coming like together. Sachin is the name of the customer, mobile number is this, and after giving the discount 15,000 from there, I have to pay 13,500. So how I can change it, the order of the way it is displaying over here? Just open the code and come back over here where you're printing. Here instead of one single t slash t, you just start giving double slash t. It will give you more tab and more space in between of them. Okay. Achha. Now let's go back again, run the program and let's see. Suppose I have given the name Rahul, mobile number randomly, and the cost now I'm giving something more. Okay. So still I need more slash t to shift it. It depends on, but while writing time, one slash t as a source code will be acceptable, but when you are doing it for the project, try to give more slash t to adjust the writing part over here. Okay, 63120 after giving the discount. Now I want to show you if I will not given the value of uh, value from the user. So I'm not going to call this input method. Okay, here I'm adding some more slash t. So how I can switch it off? Just giving the comment. So input will not going to be work. So let's see. If I do that, see it's not accepting anything. Name of the customer is blank because I initialize it with double quotation start and end. Mobile number I initialized with 0. Amount I initialized with 0, 0.0. So it's still showing me result on the basis of the default constructor value. Okay, I'm showing you another way. Suppose come over here in the default constructor. Instead of name I write XXX. Mobile number I'm giving it as 99999. Instead of amount 0, 0.0, I let it be same as it is. So number is too large. Okay, now crossing it. See, I have not accepted anything because my input method is remarked. So default constructor values, on basis of default constructor values, it is showing me the result. That is why it is very important for us to understand what value we are giving inside the default constructor. To be out of any confusion, we initialize the default constructor with the primarily value which is 0, because if we keep it as 0, then there will be no harm for doing my calculation further onwards. If I do not write 0, if I write something amount of 100, then my result, whatever it's going to come, it is going to come as wrong. So I keep it with the basic number, basic value, that is 0, 0.0, and I have omitted out the remark from there. So let's compile it back again and run it for the last time. Okay, I'm giving the name as Amit, mobile number, and the cost I'm giving 60,000 suppose. So amount, name of the customer, mobile number, and the amount to be paid. Okay, so I hope you understand how to write the default constructor over here, which is very important. And before writing any other method, we write the default constructor first, then we followed right back all the method input, calculate and display, whatever is mentioned in my question. And we do not call it with ob dot default constructor name, because it will be called automatically when we are going to create the object of the class. Okay, as showroom has no argument inside it, so it means I'm calling a default constructor. But if it would have been any parameters value inside of it, it would have point that I'm calling a parameterized constructor. Then I'm calling input, then display, I calculate, and then the order display. Thank you, student. We will do more parameterized constructor and method program in next few classes. As I keep on saying, in this pandemic situation, please maintain social distancing. Tell your parents, friends, family members, and yourself to wash your hands in 1 hour with proper hand sanitizer and also with proper hand washes. Maintain social distancing. Do not go out. Take care of yourself. Stay at home and stay safe. Thank you very much. We will meet soon in our next classes. Please keep posting your queries to me.